Hello, this is Davidzahn of Zahn Consulting, and I'd like to take just a moment of your time to talk about an issue that's germane to our industry. In addition to being a training consultant serving clients, I also am an adjunct faculty member at a local graduate school. In talking to a peer of mine at the university, the topic of should sales be taught in schools came up, and I was asked for my opinion. And what I shared with my colleague is that just top of mind, there are an awful lot of skills that go into sales, and they're not necessarily covered in any curriculum, and especially at a graduate school level. So I was asked, what are those skills then? First was product or service. Salesperson must be conversant in what are the products and services being offered, and do the typical features and benefits kinds of understandings and be able to communicate what it means for a prospective client. Next, the salesperson must understand the industry in which they're selling into. What are the particular pain points or pressures that that industry is likely to confront? Third would be the functional specifics of the person's job that you're selling into. What is the prospect likely to be challenged with in their job, and how can you then relate that back to the product or service and the needs of that industry? Of course, no discussion of sales would be complete without discussing prospecting. How do you source and select likely targets for your sales efforts? And clearly, the ability to present in a meaningful, logical, and coherent way is part and parcel of any sales effort, but there's always more. Salespeople have to also be very capable at listening so they can discern and hear what are these specific issues, and then obviously link it back to what it is that that salesperson represents or can offer. And any salesperson worth their salt has to be able to perform some kind of negotiation. In order to do that, you have to be able to understand the value that you provide and the value that your prospect or customer client will receive as a result of the purchase of product or service. Embedded in that is an understanding of the finances. What's the ROI? How do I calculate an ROI? What's an asset? What's a liability? And on and on. In some sales efforts, you need to also be able to perform collections. It's not enough just to sell the product, but can you also be paid for it in a timely fashion? And the last thing, and sometimes unfortunately, the thing that does not get the same amount of time and attention is, how can I build a stronger, more loyal relationship between salesperson and client? I have a lot more to say about this topic, and I would invite you to contact me to have this dialogue. Look forward to it. Thank you.